Well, things can only get better for sure. Hello and welcome. I'm Karen Franklin, Vice President of Human Resources for NuPath. Thank you for joining us today. For those of you who tuned in last week, you know that we had some technical difficulties, so I'm going to be your host today to make up for the show getting cut off a little bit earlier. But truly, I'm going to be your host today because we just have an awful lot to talk about. The first thing that we really wanted to chat about was DSP Recognition Week. Direct support professionals are our industry. They are the bones and the backbones of our organization. And ADDP and different agencies, just like us in human services, all want to support and appreciate the direct support professional. So we have a lot going on next week, and I'm going to bring on Anna Lebron, our Human Resources Manager. She's going to bring us through some of the activities that we're going to do next week. Hi.
Hi.
Let's make sure you're on with us. No problem. So as we wait for Greg to figure out the technical difficulties, we are just wanted to call up some slides so that we could talk a little bit about what NuPath wants to do to support our direct care professionals. All through COVID, right, and all through every day of every year, you guys are here to help support our programs, our individuals, and we've seen a lot go on for the last year. So, you know, our theme is back to better, and the song "Things Can Only Get Better From Here" is absolutely how we feel, and we want to take this opportunity next week to dedicate it to our direct support professionals. When Anna's able to join us, she's going to walk us through some of the events that we have planned next week. We have a lot of different things going on. We're incorporating our direct support professional week. We have a lot of good news to share about our open enrollment. Our benefit year runs from October 1st through September 30th. So every year about this time we do open enrollment. We have some new exciting things to show. We were able to save NuPath staff a significant amount of money and not have an increase this year. So we want to talk about that. And we also want to talk about testing. No problem. So before we can bring Anna on, I'm just going to walk through a few things. And so we're basically most of the activities, and we'll follow through with the communication probably by the end of the week. That's going to outline the activities for next week. The activities will be at New Boston Street, at the Martin Center in Westford, and we're going to do that on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The reason why we decided to do those days is to coincide with our testing schedule, because we know a lot of staff are there. So you'll be sure to see the whole HR team there. New Boston Street we do testing on Tuesdays from 10 to 2, but we'll also be there with food trucks and ice cream trucks. Now, I'm sure you remember we did some appreciation events at the beginning of the summer, but we want to make sure that we bring back some of the things that were successful and that people really enjoyed. So anytime you want, come for your COVID test between 10 and 2, and you'll be able to grab yourself a sandwich and an ice cream to go. The HR team will be there to support you. On Wednesday at the Martin Center from 11 to 2, we're going to provide lunch indoors, but also have an ice cream truck available for staff to go out during their lunch break and grab something. And then later in the day, we'll have some open enrollment events as well. We'll have open enrollment handouts and things for people that can't attend, you know, these separate times. And then on Westford, we'll be there on Thursday, same thing, 10 to 2, because that's when the testing is. And then later in the day, at 4 o'clock, we're going to have open enrollment meetings. So key takeaways, you know, we want to make sure it's a fun-filled week of events. Anybody from any one of the programs can show up at each one of these events. We will make sure that a communication goes out and posted in the program so that you're aware of them. And be sure to see, you know, the HR team. One of the things that I did also want to talk to about the HR team is we are available beyond events like this. So one of the things in your Paycor documents is all our contact information. So you can reach out to us via phone, via email, and you can always drop by and visit us face to face. So moving on to the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about the health insurance. Are we able to bring up Lisa LaRock, our benefits and payroll manager?
Hi.
Okay, so I guess we're having some technical difficulties, so you don't get to see the beautiful Lisa LaRock and Alan Lebron right now. Maybe we can bring them on a little bit later. But let's bring back up the slide about the benefits, and I can walk you through some of the things that Lisa was going to chat about. So like I said, we're going to be doing, next week's just going to be a fun-filled week full of lots of different events. So our health insurance update. So we have Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare currently now, and they were going to provide a little under a 10% increase, and we didn't want that for our staff. So we were able to negotiate with United Healthcare. United Healthcare is a national plan. And we were able to negotiate with them where you are going to see almost no increase. It's going to be pretty, we're talking pennies. And we'll share all that with you next week. United Healthcare is going to offer two options to NuPath staff. A PPO, which means it's like a national plan. So if you had kids that were in colleges outside the states, or you just wanted the ability to go anywhere at any time without having to navigate through your primary care, that's what a PPO does. Then an HMO is what we currently have, is where you do all your medicine through your primary care, and they're the ones that assign you out to different specialists. But with either plan, the specialists are in network, and you'll be able to navigate through that. The other thing that we were able to do by doing this is to change back for any of you who currently use our health insurance. The deductible was $4,000 for a family plan, and it was $2,000 for a single plan. We were able to get that down to $2,000 and $1,000. So $2,000 for a family, $1,000 for a single. So that is huge. We're still going to have the HRA. The HRA is the funds where NuPath supports half of your deductible, and it's the second half. So for example, if you have a single plan and you have $1,000 deductible, certain things are covered 100%. That's just part of the Affordable Cares Act. So if you were to go for your yearly physical, you wouldn't necessarily, that wouldn't be something that you would have to pay for out of pocket. But if you went, say, for an MRI, that would go towards your deductible, and you might get a bill for that. So you pay the first $500, and then NuPath would pay the second $500. And that's through our GDI, our HRA, and our FSA carrier. So they handle both. So Tuesday at New Boston Street from 4 to 4:30, we're going to have open enrollment meeting in, I think we're indoors, or James might be, we might be doing it under the tent. I think it's weather permitting. And then the Martin Center will be 3 to 3:30. And then Westford will be 4 to 4:30. We'll have our benefits broker with us. We'll have information that we can hand out. Hopefully at that point, we should have all the enrollment documents. Eventually, we'll have the enrollment through Paycor like we've done in the past, but since we're switching vendors, we'll probably do paper forms just to make sure we have everything right. Some of the things that we want you to know before you come to the open enrollment, because we are going to a new plan, you'll definitely want full names, dates of birth, social security numbers, your doctor's information, name and address of your children, social security numbers, any benefit and beneficiary information for your life insurance. We'll also be sharing information about our other benefits, which are, like I said, GDI is our FSA, our flexible spending account, that also offers a dependent care account. Things that we also offer is NuPath. You automatically, as an employee, get 1 time your salary life insurance. All employees are eligible, but we have all kinds of other opportunities for you to insure children, spouses, and we'll have information on that as well. So look forward to seeing you guys next week. Like I said, we're coordinating so that you'll have the ability to come and and enjoy some direct support, professional week activities, and then also get some information about open enrollment as well. So going on. So we're going to try to bring Anna Lebron, our human resource manager, back on. So maybe she can give a little bit more specifics about what types of things that she has actually set up and coordinated. So you can look forward to what you can have for lunch. I'm not saying that you can't come all 3 days. Just remember that staff could get free lunch for 3 days. So
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Yes. So we will be having taco trucks coming through, some ice cream from our previous Dylan and Pete's that we've worked with them in the past for other events this summer, as well as we're looking into the cluck truck that was very popular at the beginning as well.
Excellent, Anna. So what are some of the ice creams that get offered through the ice cream truck? What can we
They
get?
have they do the Reese's and they have the choco tacos. Those are really popular. I remember those from when I was a lot younger. So a lot of like novelty ice creams that they have available.
All right. And can you just have one, or if you're feeling real hungry, can you go back and perhaps have two?
Why not?
And so at New Boston Street, what's going to be the food? Is that our cluck truck from the Augusta Market?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And if I remember correctly, when we had them in Westford, there was a couple different options. What were some of those food options that people can look forward to having?
They had the salads. I think it was a chicken salad or a chicken sandwich, and then there was also a chicken wrap as well. Now you could just have regular chicken nuggets.
I think Lisa and I went for the turkey cranberry chicken something wrap, and then I saw a lot of people, you could just get regular chicken nuggets and things like that. So that was awesome. Augusta Market in Billerica has been around for years, and they're known for their chicken. So it's quite a treat to be able to have some of their chicken.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, why don't you give a sneak preview for what we're going to do for the Martin Center?
The Martin Center, we're going to do the ice cream as well. The ice cream truck will be there. But we're thinking, since it's a little bit of a smaller group there, we're going to have something catered possibly from Chick-fil-A, which is nearby. So we're working with Chick-fil-A to see if we can have something catered over there.
So the Martin Center can have some chicken too.
Yeah.
And then we're lining up an ice cream truck, right? So that they can run outside
and Pete's will be there. Yep.
Get an ice cream during their lunch. So I think these events have been very enjoyed in the beginning of the year. You did a fantastic job when we had all the trucks there before. So we're also going to go to Westford on Thursday, and we decided we didn't want to do the chicken truck again, right? We wanted to give Westford a variety.
Right.
So what can they look forward to on Thursday?
We have a taco truck coming over, Amigos Tacos. A little different from the one we used for our diversity event in June, but they're well known for their tacos and their authentic quesadillas and things like that. So they're American Tex-Mex food. So that's also very exciting to try.
Nice. And it's nice that they'll be there from 10 to 2. So even if you stop by to get your COVID test done, you can grab a sandwich, and they've been super accommodating. So they would probably wrap it up and take it to go. And obviously an ice cream, you'll have to eat it now. But, hey, who says you can't eat an ice cream at 10 o'clock in the morning, right?
Right.
So we're looking forward to that. Like I said, the HR team will be there. Anna will be there, and we'll be, greeting everybody and any handouts and questions that you might have about open enrollment, about testing. So anything else you can think of, Anna, that we have missed to share for next week?
No, I think that was pretty much. We're going to have some prizes. I know we're going to give out some prizes as well.
That's right. So if you come, you'll know what the prizes are, but if you're not there, you don't get to know what the prizes are, right?
That's right.
I forgot about that. Okay, so there will be prizes. So looking forward to seeing everybody. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we have some great weather. No more tropical storms, no more hurricanes. Let's just have some sunshine. Now, I took a peek at the weather next week. It looks like it's going to be sunny and beautiful. So that's what we're going with. Sunny and beautiful every day. to recognize our amazing direct care professionals.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for your time today. And
Thank you.
hopefully maybe we can get Lisa LaRock on so she can give us a little bit more details about what we can look forward to with the open enrollment.
Right.
All right. So yeah, so I apologize that the video keeps cutting in and out. So I'm not going to take this personally, right? So last week I speak and I get cut off, and so I'll tell everybody a little bit of a joke. I didn't know if I wasn't still live or not, so I kept talking, but we soon found out that I was talking to dead air and nobody. So I eventually hung up. So I never go back and rewatch myself on these, but I decided to go back and rewatch myself just to make sure that nobody saw me while I was sitting there talking to myself. We had a power outage and a complete power outage at New Boston Street at what I think there was like 4 minutes left of NuPath Live. So I won't take it personal today that my video keeps cutting in and out, but it could be from the storms. Absolutely. I think that when you have a lot of storms and stuff like that, but we thought it was important that everybody get this information to them. As you know, open enrollment, we're going to have everything in pretty quickly. So, all right, excellent. So I think that Lisa's able to join us now. So I'm going to bring in Lisa LaRock, our payroll and benefits manager.
Hi,
Hi, Lisa.
how are you?
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. So I know I talked a little bit about open enrollment because we had some technical difficulties, but I know that you have the skinny on what's going on. So I'm going to let you fill us in.
Yeah, so we're still going to do an online enrollment through Paycor.
Okay.
The only change we'll have out there is the medical. So you'll need to fill in that information. Some of it might be already populated if you have our medical plan. So you won't really need to do anything other than just elect the coverage. Make sure your primary doctors are named and all your beneficiary information for the company paid life insurance. So if you already had the voluntary, you've already named a beneficiary, so that will be okay. But just for the company paid life insurance, that really needs to be out there.
Okay.
No other changes in our dental plan, so that's all good. They'll have to still complete the flexible spend form, which there'll be a link on there as well for that, so they can print it. And if anybody has any issues with getting into Paycor, feel free to come see me. We'll sit together, we'll go through it together and get it all done for you.
So when we mentioned passive, right? We mentioned things like passive enrollment. What do we mean by passive enrollment, like within Paycor? So if I'm not going to change anything,
Just don't log on. And it's just going to close automatically and you'll have the same exact plan as you have right now.
okay. But if I have a flexible spending account, which means I have an account through GDI and I have the credit card, and as we know, if you are a member, that credit card goes from year to year, so you don't ever throw that away. They just refund that. If I want to do that again, or if I've never done it and I want to sign up, I can't be passive, right?
Right.
That
You
one
have to
piece
go
of
in and at
paper.
least complete that section in order for it to go into the new plan year. So
And when I go to that link and do it, it's not online. I have to fill it out, print it, and then I have to send it to you.
correct, but there is a section on the Paycor site and how much you want to elect for the plan year, and it will calculate your biweekly payroll deduction for that, and then the form needs to be printed and sent in to me.
Okay. So if I put $1,000 down, that calculator knows it's 26 pay periods. It's going to tell me how much comes out of my paycheck.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And then the other thing, we were able to negotiate a lot last year because of COVID, right? People weren't able to use their FSA money, and NuPath was able to negotiate with GDI, even though technically the benefit year ends on September 30th. Can you walk people through how they can use their funds between now and the end of the year and what that rollover looks like?
Sure. So with GDI, they have an online service. You could log right on there, upload all your receipts right to their site, fill out the banking information, and it will be a direct deposit within probably 10 days into your bank account. They're really quick and the turnaround is really quick.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So you have till December 15th?
Yes.
December 15th, and that is for expenses right up to December 15th, right?
Correct.
And then after December 15th, is there a like a 30-day, like, oh my gosh, I did something on December 14th and then I forgot to submit it. Is there any time after that to submit expenses up to December 15th?
I believe that you have till the end of December for that, but the plan, it needs to be dated before December 15th.
Okay. And then if I still have money, like I got $100 that's left on my FSA, but I sign up for it again. So I sign up and I add $1,000. So now I have 1,100 on my card. How does that $100 work?
They will grab from the first 100 and then use your newly elected plan year funds.
All right. And because of COVID, a lot of the qualifying things have changed. Remember, Affordable Cares Act a couple of years ago took away things. A lot of things are back now. So could you go over some of the things that we might not know that are now covered by an FSA that were not over the last couple of years?
Of course, a lot of your over-the-counter drugs and that type of thing were taken off. And now since COVID, they've put a lot of those items back on the list that you could use your debit card that they send you and go to a CVS, Walgreens, whatever, and use the debit card to buy the over-the-counter drugs.
Awesome.
There is a list on GDI website that anything that's available that you can use your debit card for. So certainly go out to that list and see what qualifies.
Awesome. And you know what else I saw is there's a FSA store. Yeah. So you can go out and use your card that way. I will tell you though, I found the prices to be a little bit higher than if you actually went to like a Walgreens or a Walmart. And then the other thing that I found out is sunscreen. So who knew? So if you go to Walmart and you buy some candy and some sunscreen, some ibuprofen, and maybe a shirt, and you go up to the counter, and they give you a total, you can say, I'm going to use my FSA card first, scan it through. It's smart enough. It'll take off the sunscreen and all that stuff. So those things, and then it will ask for whatever the balance is for the shirt and the candy. But what I've noticed is in those instances, GDI usually doesn't ask for the receipts. And the reason why GDI is asking for receipts is because it's federally mandated program. So they have to be accountable for that. Right. So I think, but what they do is dental, office co-pays, paying a bill. So definitely keep your receipts, right?
Right, because they might actually send you an email asking for the backup for it. More likely dental than anything, because they want to make sure it's, not cosmetic veneers.
Eyeglasses and contacts, they always used to get me with. Now, what happens if you don't submit the receipts?
They'll shut your card off until you can get it.
All right. And then if they shut your card off, you don't give them the receipts, you have money, what happens? Do you lose your money at the end of the cycle?
Yes. We could always call them and just explain that. But pretty typically you can get a receipt for things, especially if it's a doctor's office or a dentist office. They'll send you another one.
Okay. So we'll be sending out reminders between now and December 15th, reminding everybody who has an FSA, but this year there won't be any exceptions like last year because of COVID. So if your doctor's offices haven't been open, or if you can't use your funds, go online and see all the things that you can buy. I think you can buy Band-Aids and over-the-counters and sunscreens, and so at least spend your money so you don't lose it. So, all right. Well, anything else, Lisa, do you think you want to share before we get to see everybody next week?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, nice to see everybody. All right. Well, thank you so much, Lisa, for joining us. All right. Well, that was awesome. So I think we've got a lot of great information about Direct Support Professional Week and about open enrollment. And then I do have another slide that I'd just like to take a look at and just review a few more things with everybody. So testing continues. I want to thank everybody so much. I know that it is painful. Nobody wants to come and have to test every week, but we have 300 people that need to get tested weekly, and we need 300 people to get tested. So we're expecting 100% compliance. I'm sure you felt a lot of pressure if you didn't get a test this week from your managers, because we really have to put into place a zero tolerance policy. We ramped up week 1 and 2. We were flexible, just trying to see where we were going with this. But every Tuesday and Thursday at Woburn and our Westford location from 10 to 2, we do testing. Again, next week, we'll see you during testing for all these activities, but we definitely wanted to, if to really let you know how serious this is. And unfortunately, people will get suspended if they don't have what they need to have to work in the programs. If you have a test from anywhere else, you are welcome to send that on to Human Resources, and we'll make sure it needs to have your name, the date, and your results, and that will qualify as well. So next slide, we want to talk about just a few more things before we run out of time. So the vaccination incentive bonus. So last Friday, everybody got a little bit of treat. So it was kind of unique where we talked about it on Thursday. We wanted to let everybody know you were going to get it on Friday, but the hubbub started on Thursday. People were smart, right? They went out and looked at their pay stubs on Paycor, or they had early direct deposit, and everyone was like, hey, what's this for? Well, again, it was a vaccination incentive bonus. We know that it's only a matter of time before it gets mandated for our industry for people to be vaccinated. And we know that people have different views on if they want to be vaccinated or not. So we wanted to offer this vaccination incentive bonus. So I'm very happy to report 15 people since last Friday were able to send in, didn't even know that this was an opportunity for them. They didn't hear it last week. They gave us their vaccine card, and now they're going to be eligible. So great. As we stated last week, the cutoff is 11/1, and really, like Dan said, no exceptions. So we're giving you a huge amount of opportunity. Now, remember, both shots have to be done by 11/1 to be eligible for the incentive. So you want to make sure you get those first shots ahead of time so that you have enough time. So if we get that call that says, oh, I didn't get my second shot in, unfortunately, we're cutting the program off, on 11/1. We have 282 people that are vaccinated with NuPath, so we are thrilled. That is 79% of our staff, but we are really shooting for 100% staff. And moving forward, just to reassure current staff, anybody who's hired is going to be vaccinated. So that is a new hiring practice for NuPath. So getting everybody vaccinated is definitely one of our incentives. So I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that you were able to join us. I hope you're able to join us next week for an open enrollment meeting, for one of the DSP events. Just stop by and just say hi to the HR team and pick up your prize. Would be nice to see you all. And again, like Lisa said, if there is anything that that you need from the human resource team, please just reach out to us. So thank you so much. Dan will be back next week as a host, so thank you very much for letting me be your host today. Dan, thank you for letting me host NuPath Live to share everything with all the employees. Dan will be back next week for sure. We probably continue on with some of our direct support professional appreciation, and Dan will share more next week. So.